Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me for another watercolor tutorial. Today we are bringing back greeting cards and painting this lovely thank you card, although it can be any greeting card that you want it to be. I got this idea from Art Moments, which I will tag in the description of this video, but I decided to take their idea and turn it into a greeting card because I thought it would be perfect to have something nice and written inside the shape of the heart. So the first thing you want to do is take a rectangular piece of watercolor paper and make sure that you are painting on it in a landscape orientation. And then you want to draw out the shape of a heart using a pencil. And you want to make sure that the ends, like the bottom ends where it meets in that corner, are crisscrossed because that will add to the delicate look of this heart. And then once you have the shape of your heart in pencil, you can go ahead and take your watercolors and start painting on delicate petals. So we're going to be painting on really nice delicate pink flower petals on the right side of the heart, and then we're sort of going to be fading into blue butterfly slash flower petal shapes on the left side of the heart. So I did start, you can sort of see it at the top, I started to add a little bit of black in the innermost part of the petal, hoping that that black would really nicely fade out to the rest of the petal, but it didn't look that great, so I abandoned that idea, and instead we're going to be doing something else with that, but I'll get into that in the latter portion of this video. But basically, you just want to continue filling in the outline of the heart with these petals. You can even go ahead and overlap some of the petals once the first ones have completely dried, and it will give this really nice, delicate overlapping pattern. Just, again, make sure it's completely dry before you start overlapping them, otherwise they'll just bleed into one another. Here you can see that I'm finishing off the bottom portion of the heart by crisscrossing the ends like I mentioned earlier, and I'm also adding a nice little wisp at the top of the heart to finish it off with a little bit of a curl so it's not completely joining at the top, but I think this adds to the whimsical look of this heart shape. So once everything has completely dried, and I can't stress this enough, everything has to be completely dried, especially if you're using a fine tip black marker. You don't want it to bleed and ruin the shape and your whole painting in general. But what we're going to be doing right now is adding black details to all of our butterflies and our leaves, and this is what's going to complete this card and make it look really, really beautiful. So what I'm doing is I am adding black markings to the innermost portion of my pink petals by outlining the innermost part of the leaf about halfway up, and then sort of adding these strikes, these lines coming from that innermost part, and I'm trying to make them as whimsical and thin as possible just to make this look like a very delicate card. I'm also outlining my butterflies and making them look like actual butterflies. You can definitely follow the pattern that I'm doing on my butterflies, or you can just look up some patterns on the internet and draw whatever details that you would like. It's just a lot easier if you look to see what I'm doing rather than me trying to explain it. But basically, I'm just adding a bunch of lines and dots and making them look like pretty butterflies. Of course, don't forget to add the head, the body, and the antennae to your butterfly just to complete the look. You also don't have to follow this exact pattern that I followed. You can put butterflies on the right side if you'd like. You can add primarily butterflies to the entire image. It's completely up to you. I don't think it matters so much what you do with the petals and the butterflies as long as you add those black accents. So the last thing you want to do is add your greeting in the center of the card. You can also add some dots around the card, and this will add to that whimsical look. But once you've added your greeting, you are all finished. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in next week's tutorial.